I proposed to my girlfriend, and out of nowhere, she thought it was finally time to... I had been planning this proposal for months. Every detail mapped out, from the ring hidden in my sock drawer to the exact spot by the lake where we had our first date 3 years ago. My hands were shaking as I drove us there that Saturday evening, the small velvet box burning a hole in my pocket. Sarah was chatting about her week, completely oblivious to what was coming. She looked beautiful in that sundress I'd bought her for her birthday, her hair catching the golden light filtering through the car windows. My heart was pounding so hard I was sure she could hear it over the radio. We parked and walked down the familiar path to our bench overlooking the water. The sun was starting to set, painting everything in warm orange and pink hues. It was perfect. Everything was going according to plan. Remember our first date here? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. She smiled and squeezed my hand. Of course. You were so nervous you spilled that entire bag of breadcrumbs trying to feed the ducks. I laughed, remembering how mortified I'd been. Now here I was, 3 years later, about to be even more nervous. I took a deep breath and got down on one knee, pulling out the ring. Sarah, you've been the most incredible part of my life. Will you marry me? Her eyes went wide, hands flying to cover her mouth. For a moment that felt like an eternity, she just stared at the ring. Then tears started streaming down her face. Yes, she whispered. Yes, of course. I slipped the ring onto her finger with trembling hands, and she pulled me up for a kiss that tasted like happy tears and forever promises. We held each other there by the water as the sun disappeared behind the trees. I can't believe you did it, she kept saying, admiring the ring. It's so beautiful. When did you buy this? 2 months ago. I've been carrying it around everywhere, waiting for the right moment. She laughed through her tears. I was starting to wonder if you'd ever propose. My sister kept asking when you were going to pop the question. We sat on our bench talking about the future, about wedding plans and the house we wanted to buy. Everything felt surreal, like I was living someone else's perfect life. The ring caught the last rays of sunlight sparkling on her finger. As we walked back to the car, Sarah suddenly stopped. You know what? I have something to tell you too. I was going to wait, but after this... She took a deep breath. I'm pregnant. The world seemed to tilt sideways. What? I found out this morning. I took 3 tests to be sure. I was terrified to tell you because we hadn't talked about kids yet, not seriously anyway. But seeing you propose tonight, seeing how much you love me, I knew it was time to share this with you. I stood there in stunned silence, trying to process everything. Engaged and going to be a father. All in the span of 10 minutes. Sarah's face started to fall, worry creeping into her expression. Say something, please. Are you okay with this? I picked her up and spun her around right there on the path, both of us laughing and crying at the same time. Are you kidding? This is incredible. We're going to have a baby. The drive home was a blur of excited chatter about cribs and baby names and how we were going to tell our families. My phone kept buzzing with texts from friends wanting to know how the proposal went, but I ignored them. This moment belonged to just us. Later that night, lying in bed with Sarah curled up beside me, her hand resting on mine, both of us staring at her ring in the dim light, I couldn't help but smile. I'd planned for a proposal, but I'd gotten so much more. Our whole future had just begun.